Hi, I'm David Hankins.
And I'm Paul Hankins.
And this is a Week in Power Squared. This past week, we've been spending a lot of time on the upcoming Kickstarter, which I know we keep talking about. But we're really close. I think there's maybe an image or two we want to change, and I think we should run through the text once more, and then we have to get it approved by Kickstarter.
Yeah, which takes 1 to 3 business days.
But hopefully by this time next week, we will be talking about the Kickstarter.
Yes.
And the whole idea is to try to raise, some money and awareness.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, you can do your part by participating in the Kickstarter and then letting people know that you've participated in the Kickstarter.
Yes.
Through social media and whoever, friend, foe, family alike, let them know. It would be really helpful for us. We're doing a podcast once a week on Podbean and iTunes called On the Air with Power Squared.
That's right.
And it's a different format than this, obviously being audio, but we're not sitting here talking what we're doing this week. We're talking more about sort of the
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, the kind of more the historical part of Power Squared. And this past week we had, I think, a nice talk about putting together the first creative team that we had.
Yeah.
Which is not the current creative team we have, but the people that did the first 2 issues, and then it's slightly different to the 3, 4, and 5, and then it sort of solidifies from then on.
Yeah.
Up until 12.
If you're not listening to any other podcasts about making comic book, try ours.
Yeah. It's free, and it's, I think, kind of fun and informative
and fairly transparent.
Right. We're not. Yeah. And speaking of our current creative team, we did get 4 pages this week and the cover for issue number 12.
Yes, so that's coming along pretty well.
Yeah, from our artist Rachel, and we sent her the script for 13 and 14, which is what we're hoping the Kickstarter will help pay for.
Yes,
and allow us to do other things. So that's kind of it about Power Squared this week.
Yes.
One of the things we did just today, as a matter of fact, we shoot these on Sundays. We went to see Terminator Dark Fate.
Yes.
The 3rd or 6th sequel. Right?
This is the 6th Terminator movie.
But you're supposed to forget the other 3.
Yeah. This is the canonical 3rd installment.
Right.
So that means Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Genesis don't count.
Right.
So Genesis used to count, but then James Cameron said, this is the one.
Right. So finally, if you saw those other movies, shame on you. This is the one to have seen. So what did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
For what it was.
Yeah.
The acting was good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton.
Right.
And then the new characters. I'm forgetting the actresses' names.
Yes. Me too.
When there's a lot of names and I haven't heard them before.
Right. Yeah. It's it's no slight on the actors or their roles. It's just
it's on us.
Yes, that's us, not them. And if we did a written review, we would get them right.
Yeah,
we're just talking spontaneously here.
So anyway, all the actors were good,
right,
in their roles. Schwarzenegger does a really good job as the Terminator.
Right.
He was actually there's actually a good amount of humor in this movie, like appropriate.
Right. We also had watched the Friday night Terminator 2.
The special edition.
Right. Yes.
Because we'd seen the original theatrical cut before.
Right. And so there's a lot of humor in that.
Yeah.
And from the Terminator character.
Yeah.
And he's humorous here as well. Not quite. I don't think he was quite as funny in this one, but he was, but he's good in the role. He's somehow a really good Terminator.
Yeah.
So it's a much more, I'll say, diverse story.
Yeah.
And which is fine. It's good. And there's, women in action roles.
Yeah.
Besides Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. And so it's really well done. And you kind of wonder if there's going to be fourth
canonical movie.
Yeah, Dark Fate 2. So you kind of wonder about that, but yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
A couple other things about the movie. I like how the soundtrack incorporated the Terminator theme.
Right. It's kind of like, I think it's kind of like the James Bond theme. You got to work it in there somewhere.
Yeah, but the way it used it was done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this movie reminded me of Terminator 2 in terms of its plot.
Okay.
Like it seemed to have some of the same beats. Like well, I guess it also takes beats from the first movie.
Right.
It was like robot sent back to terminate someone,
right,
and then someone else sent from the future to protect the person.
Yeah, that seems to be the storyline of at least 1, 2, and this one.
Yeah. Although unlike Terminator 2, the person sent back isn't a Terminator, like a reprogrammed Terminator. It's more like an augmented human.
Right.
Which
yes.
is interesting.
Which is kind of like the first one was a human being that was sent back, not augmented, but it was still a human being that was sent back. So it kind of, you're saying it's a repetitive storytelling. It's just,
I think I think at least Terminator, I haven't seen Terminator 3, but I read what happens in Terminator 3, and it's kind of the same deal in that one. Then Terminator 3, there's a female Terminator sent back to kill John Connor, and then there's that went out of focus for a second.
Yeah.
And then there's another Schwarzenegger robot sent back to protect him.
Is Schwarzenegger in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But instead of the T-800, it's the T-850, which is a slightly upgraded version of the T-800.
Okay. And he's there to stop it.
Yeah.
Just like he was in 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. I never, for some reason, I never got the idea that he was in those. But that's just, again, that's on me.
Now, I have no idea Schwarzenegger's in Salvation.
Yeah. That's not supposed to be more focused on Connor.
Connor. I think that's more focused on the actual like war.
Right.
And then Genesis was interesting.
Yeah, it was another timeline. Yeah, another, what it could have been.
Which also ignored Rise of the Machines and Salvation.
Right. And we like that, as I recall.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a sucker. Supposed to forget you saw that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Anyway, Dark Fate also had really good special effects.
Yes. And I thought one of the things that kind of I noticed when we were watching Terminator 2 was that the effects, a lot of them seem very dated.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the 80s version of the future, and it sort of seems very 80s. Well, this seems, obviously it's more current, but it just seemed like the effects were sort of more, I thought, dated in Terminator 2, and there's a lot of special effects in this.
Yes.
Lots.
It was done, again, it was done well.
Right.
And I think Tim Miller did a pretty good job as the director.
Right. He's the director of
Deadpool.
Right.
And Deadpool 2.
Right. That's one of your favorite films. That's what you mentioned that. What the heck? Okay. Anything else you want to talk about with Terminator?
I think that's about it for right now. I don't really want to spoil anything.
All right. No.
It'd be hard to talk too much about it without spoiling it, but I would generally recommend watching it.
Okay. Would you recommend people watch Terminator 2 before?
Yeah. Before you watch it, you should have seen Terminator 1 and 2.
Right.
Because it continues off of that.
Okay. One other thing I thought we wanted to mention, unrelated to Terminator, was...
Oh, yeah. Team Trees. Team Trees is an effort spearheaded by fellow YouTuber Mr. Beast, who for 20 million subscribers decided to plant, at suggestion of a viewer, plant 20 million trees.
Right.
So he started the Team Trees initiative, which we'll link in the description.
Right.
The goal is to plant 20 million trees by 2020.
Right.
They'll start planting the trees in January 2020 and finish by December 2022.
Well, 2022. Okay. So, and we have purchased 5 trees. And if you take our newsletter, you'll see that we'll have also a link to it there as well.
Yes.
And we encourage everyone to, we need trees.
Yeah.
Now more than ever.
Yeah. 20 million trees will make a great impact on the environment.
Right. It won't cure global warming, but it'll help.
Yeah.
Right.
Immensely.
All right.
So I think that about wraps it up.
Right.
If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to see more and know exactly when these videos go up. And sharing and commenting also helps our channel grow.
Yes, sharing and commenting. Yeah, but please share. If you like this, please share it with somebody.
Yeah.
All right. So until next week, I'm David Hankins.
And I'm Paul Hankins.
And this has been a week in Power Squared.